now. Alright, so last time we stopped after a couple of sounding rockets, and after that sounding rocket we had a nice orbiter. So let's check out mission control and see what sort of missions we have. I think we're going to need, we're going to need a bunch of signs before we can keep going and do something fun. So I think we can, what? That's completely trivial. That's trivial. We can't do that. We already did that. Orbit and recovery. We might be able to do that. And a MON flyby. Well, almost none of these give science, and we really, really want science, don't we? I think we're going to want to do them anyway. So I think we're just going to take these real quick. Okay, so let's reconstruct our previous mission, which is Orbiter 1. And then we'll get, we'll be able to get 3 missions done with 1 mission. It will give us well on our way to completing SETI. Okay, so we've escaped the atmosphere. Now we just need to put this baby in orbit, and that'll be 3 missions. Very, very simple. And I think I'll just destroy it. It's not going to be very useful to me. Perfect. Ditch that stage, it's going to fall back. And we're in orbit. So what do we need to complete 1 single orbit around Kerbin? I still don't have any sort of control over this. It's very, very strange. Very strange. Anyway, let's fast forward back to here. Oh, I can't. Let's just go like this. It's too bright. That's interesting. Okay, so we got that. So, let us just destroy this thing. We don't need it. Okay, we're good. This is just going to crash on its own. And let's go back to the Space Center. Alright, so I got 2 part testing contracts. They're super simple. I'm going to be testing them while landed at the launch site. It's just the hybrid rocket launcher and the payload testing. So I'm just going to hook those up and we're going to let them fly. Perfect. Now we're going to do a little trick. We're going to limit the thrust to 0. Now just put these in the same stage, and we're going to complete 2 contracts with 1 push of a button and doing absolutely nothing. And go. Perfect. See how easy that was? Completed this, completed that. Boom. Let's recover. Hardly even cost me anything. Okay, so now after I did this mission, I looked around, I saw I have a couple of splashdown missions and one super simple flying missions. Just take a cockpit and put it in the air. So let's do that. Okay, here we go. Boom. We're not taking off. Okay, give it a little time. There we go. So that's, we're flying and we're done. Great. Let's recover. Okay, so now after we got this mission, I'm ready to do a splashdown mission. Now I'm going to build a little contraption that I like to use for these easy missions. So I'll do a quick build and then we'll see how it works. Now remember, I don't have any parachutes just yet. So yeah, let's give this a try. Now what we want to do is just splash down, right? So splashing down is pretty close to here. It's just over there in the water. So we're gonna throttle way down and let's go. Okay, now I'm going to throttle up just so I can... No, I need to turn. I need to turn. There we go. No. I want to turn back. I need to slow down. Oh, jeez. It's not turning around. There we go. Oh, no. Is that what I want? Yes, it is. Great. I think that's pretty good. I think I canceled most of my lateral velocity. Oh, and I'm out of gas. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Ooh, except can I run test? No, I lost it. Oh, nuts. Yeah, this is not going to work without a parachute, is it? Do I still have that rover? Yes, I do. Okay. So I already have these wheels. Let's stick a landing gear on top. Just one, that's enough. We don't need it all. And we want that little jet engine. Perfect. Great. Let's drive this little buggy into the water. Okay, I hope this works. Hope this works. 20 meters. I hope that's not too fast. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Okay, 10 meters per second should be pretty good. I do want to have a little speed so I kind of just roll into the water. Am I splashed? Yes, I am! Perfect! So let's activate the engine. Let's run test. Let's run test. Perfect. 3 out of 3. Let's recover. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! It exploded. No matter. 3 more missions. Completed successfully. Great. So now we have enough science for survivability, which means finally do something a little more interesting, which is to say, the SETI contracts. We're going to do orbit and recovery. Okay, so obviously I want my orbiter rocket. There it is. I think this is a pretty sweet rocket. Now we're gonna tweak it a little bit. Specifically, we're gonna stick a parachute. Where are the parachutes? Stick a little parachute up here. And we are going to need a heat shield. So thermal. Perfect. Let's add a little decoupler here. So how much do I have? That's not enough. Okay. Wait, actually that's because this thing is not set up properly. That's just enough. We need about 4,500 to make it into orbit, so this is just a little tight. What I'm going to do is just switch these two off with a slightly bigger tank. Perfect. Okay. That's exactly what we need. Let's just remove these missions. This is Orbiter 1A. It's just slightly tweaked, but it's basically the same rocket. Okay, so let's launch this thing. Let's do an orbit and recovery. Let's go. So again, just a very, very standard launch. Nothing particularly interesting here. Sorry about this. I'm going to do a gravity turn. Come on. Come on. Okay, so our apoapsis is 100. And space. Let's get close to it. Okay, we've caught up to the sun. Now let's get into orbit. What's really nice about this design is that the first stage just discards itself, so I don't have to do anything because it doesn't actually make it into orbit. It does bring me most of the way to orbit. Just let it burn out. Perfect. So until we get to almost epilaps. Perfect. Just burn a little and let's get to orbit. Perfect. That's a really nice orbit. Nice. Okay, so let's see where we are on our contract. We are orbit and recovery. We have situation orbit, so now we just need to land or splash down. So let's just roll this thing. And that's enough. So we should be re-entering the atmosphere very, very soon. This time on the A side, I think. Yes, good. Should do retrograde. It'll be easier. Good. Make sure our heat shield is correctly aligned. I don't actually need this engine. It's only useful for keeping me aligned with retrograde. Which again, I'm not sure why I don't have this any sort of stability control. Not sure why the reaction wheels here are not working. Not sure why they're not working on the probe stack. Because it is supposed to have some sort of features. I'm not sure. Signs here now have anything interesting to tell me? No? Okay. Okay, we're starting to get our atmospheric effects. Really starting to show now. Let's burn as much as we can. Let's slow down. Again, this doesn't matter because I do have a heat shield. I just dump this first stage, or second stage rather, and just fly down. Should be perfectly fine. Good chance to arm the parachute too, just in case I lose my connection. Oh, there we go. Lost connection. Wonder if I'll get it back. It's a good thing I armed my parachute. Now I am running a little heavy, but I do have, there we go, this engine and the fuel tank as a sort of buffer in case I go down too fast. I think this chute will be enough to grab this whole thing, keep it nice and steady. Here we go, we're going 5 meters per second, that's perfect. Everything is going to survive. Oh, I can stage? Why would that be possible? Why do I have probe control? It was just a silly test and for some reason it worked. Okay, great. So I have completed orbit and recovery, and I have returned to the surface from orbit. Let's recover this vessel. Okay, so we're going to stop here for now. This was a fairly boring, although quite necessary episode. Just goes to show how career mode forces you to take small steps before you could take the big ones. We should be able to do some pretty interesting things in the next one now that we've unlocked parachutes and some other things. If you liked this episode, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to press the little bell to get a notification when the next video comes out. And I'll catch you in the next one.